I stepped onto the grounds of Wong Tai Sin Secondary School, a place notorious for its haunting tales and dark reputation. The school stood as a decrepit structure, its dilapidated walls and broken windows sending shivers down my spine. Yet, curiosity drove me forward, fueling my desire to uncover the truth behind the haunting rumors. As I entered the school building, the air grew heavy, suffocating me with an eerie silence. The sound of my own footsteps echoed through the empty corridors, amplifying the feeling of solitude. I could sense the unseen eyes watching my every move, and a chilling breeze whispered secrets in my ear. With each step, the atmosphere grew more suffocating, as if the building itself had a life of its own, feeding off the fear that lingered in the air. Shadows danced along the walls, twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes, while distant whispers echoed in the distance. I reached the staircase, its steps creaking under my weight, and climbed to the second floor. The hallway stretched before me, dimly lit by flickering fluorescent lights. The oppressive stillness weighed on me, causing my heart to race. A sudden coldness enveloped the air, causing goosebumps to rise on my skin. As I explored the classrooms one by one, an overwhelming sense of dread washed over me. I imagined the desperate screams of students trapped within these walls, forever tormented by unseen entities. The stories of Wong Tai Sin Secondary School came alive in my mind, as I could almost hear the echo of their pain and anguish. My attention was drawn to a door at the end of the hallway, slightly ajar. The room beyond seemed engulfed in darkness, like a void waiting to consume me. My heartbeat quickened, and a voice inside me screamed to turn back, to escape the clutches of this haunted place. But my curiosity prevailed, pulling me towards that ominous threshold. With a trembling hand, I pushed the door open, revealing a room frozen in time. Desks were overturned, books scattered across the floor, and a layer of dust coated every surface. The air was stagnant, suffused with a malevolent presence that sent shivers down my spine. Suddenly, a chilling breeze brushed against my cheek, accompanied by a faint whisper. "Leave, before it's too late," the voice pleaded, laden with a deep sorrow that resonated within my soul. But it was too late. I had crossed a point of no return. A flickering light caught my attention, drawing my gaze to a small closet in the corner. Hesitant, I approached it, my heart pounding in my chest. As I opened the door, a blood-curdling scream erupted from within, echoing throughout the school. I stumbled backward, my mind swirling with terror. Shadows began to coalesce, taking form before my eyes. Ghastly figures materialized from the darkness, their eyes empty voids filled with an unquenchable hunger for fear. They advanced towards me, their twisted limbs contorting in unnatural ways. Panic overwhelmed me, urging me to run, but I found myself frozen in place, trapped in their spectral gaze. Their chilling touch grazed my skin, sending waves of icy dread coursing through my veins. I managed to break free from their grip, stumbling back into the hallway. Desperation fueled my movements as I raced towards the exit. The walls seemed to close in around me, twisting and warping like a nightmare come to life. The wailing cries of the tormented souls followed me, growing louder and more desperate with each passing step. Finally, I burst through the front doors, gasping for air as I left the haunted school behind. The weight of its darkness lifted from my shoulders, but the memories of that night would forever haunt my dreams. Wong Tai Sin Secondary School remained a place of nightmares, a testament to the horrors that lurked within its walls. Those who dared to venture there risked losing themselves to the malevolence that lay dormant, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to enter its clutches. And so, I caution those who dare to seek the truth behind the legends, tread carefully, for the spirits that dwell within Wong Tai Sin Secondary School hunger for your fear and will stop at nothing to claim your soul.
I stepped through the gates of Fukikawa High School, a place whispered about in hushed tones, where darkness reigned supreme. The school stood tall and imposing, its ancient architecture looming over me like a silent sentinel of terror. The wind whistled through the surrounding trees, creating an eerie melody that sent shivers down my spine. As I ventured inside, a heavy silence enveloped me, stifling the very air I breathed. The hallways stretched out before me, dimly lit by flickering fluorescent lights. The walls seemed to hold secrets, and the echoes of my footsteps bounced off them, filling the space with a haunting cadence. I pushed forward, guided by a mix of curiosity and trepidation. Whispers echoed from hidden corners, their voices both distant and near, as if the very walls themselves were alive with the secrets of the past. Shadows danced along the hallway, their elongated forms contorting into grotesque shapes that seemed to mock my presence. With each step, the oppressive atmosphere grew more suffocating. I could feel invisible eyes boring into me, an unseen presence that watched and waited. The tales of Fukikawa High School flooded my mind, stories of restless spirits, vengeful apparitions, and the lingering anguish of the souls trapped within these walls. As I explored the classrooms, a cold breeze brushed against my cheek, raising goosebumps on my skin. The temperature dropped, and an icy grip settled around my heart. The air was heavy with despair, carrying the remnants of the tragedy that had befallen this cursed place. A peculiar sound caught my attention, a faint laughter that reverberated through the corridors. It grew louder, more maniacal, as if a deranged spectre played with my sanity. Panic gnawed at the edges of my mind, urging me to flee, to escape this nightmarish realm. But my curiosity pushed me onward, deeper into the belly of the haunted school. I found myself standing before a rusted door, a door that seemed to pulsate with a malevolent energy. It creaked open of its own accord, revealing a room shrouded in darkness. The stench of decay and despair filled the air, threatening to suffocate me. I cautiously stepped into the room, my heart pounding against my ribcage. The darkness seemed to consume all light, leaving me blind to the horrors that awaited within. A whisper tickled my ear, urging me to run, to flee this place before it claimed me. But I couldn't tear my eyes away from the depths of that room. A flickering light flickered in the corner, casting eerie shadows across the walls. With a trembling hand, I moved closer, my breath catching in my throat. The light revealed a torn diary, its pages stained with dried blood and the ink of forgotten prayers. As I read the entries, the chilling tale of Fukikawa High School unraveled before me. The diary chronicled the tormented lives of students who had walked these halls, their innocence ripped away, their souls forever trapped within this accursed domain. Suddenly, the room grew colder, the shadows coalescing into tangible forms. Ghostly figures materialized, their eyes hollow voids that pierced through my soul. Their unearthly wails filled the room, a symphony of agony that threatened to drive me to madness. I turned to flee, to escape the clutches of this hellish nightmare, but the door slammed shut before me. Panic consumed me as the spirits closed in, their ethereal hands grasping at my flesh, their icy breath caressing my face. Summoning every ounce of strength, I broke free from their grip, stumbling backward into the hallway. The walls seemed to close in, twisting and warping like a demented funhouse. The cries of the trapped souls echoed behind me, growing louder and more desperate. Finally, I burst through the main entrance, gasping for air as I left Fukikawa High School behind. The weight of its darkness lifted from my shoulders, but the scars etched upon my soul remained. I had glimpsed the true horror that lurked within those hallowed halls, a terror that defied explanation. Fukikawa High School stood as a testament to the supernatural, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can permeate even the most mundane of places. To those who dare to enter its forsaken grounds, beware, for the malevolent spirits that haunt this accursed institution hunger for your fear, ready to claim your soul as their own.
I treaded cautiously through the gates of Jalan Ampas Secondary School, a place whispered about in hushed tones, where darkness clung to every corner. The school building stood tall, its dilapidated facade a testament to years of abandonment. An eerie silence settled over the campus, suffocating the air around me. But a morbid curiosity pushed me forward, determined to confront the horrors that awaited within. As I ventured into the school, a heavy atmosphere weighed upon my shoulders. The corridors stretched out before me like a labyrinth of dread, the flickering lights casting ominous shadows on the walls. The air seemed to hum with an unspoken presence, a malevolent energy that made my skin crawl. Whispers echoed through the empty halls, their voices faint and disjointed. I strained to discern their meaning, but the words eluded my understanding. It was as if the very walls were privy to secrets I was not meant to comprehend. The school had a mind of its own, and it whispered its dark tales to those who dared to listen. As I explored the classrooms, a chilling breeze caressed my cheek, carrying with it an ethereal sigh. The temperature dropped, and a sense of foreboding settled in the pit of my stomach. The stories surrounding Jalan Ampas Secondary School flooded my thoughts, stories of tragic accidents and restless spirits condemned to roam these halls for eternity. I reached a door, its wood warped and weathered. A sense of trepidation washed over me, but I couldn't resist the pull of the unknown. With trembling hands, I pushed the door open, revealing a room steeped in shadows. The air was thick, as if an invisible presence filled every corner. In the center of the room, an old desk sat covered in dust and decay. A flickering candle provided the only source of light, casting grotesque shadows that danced along the walls. The room felt like a portal to the netherworld, a place where the veil between the living and the dead grew thin. A whisper echoed in my ears, barely audible but unmistakable. "Leave this place," it urged, a voice tinged with desperation. But I couldn't tear my eyes away from the desk, drawn to its enigmatic allure. As I approached, a stack of yellowed papers caught my attention. I picked up the first one, my hands trembling with both curiosity and trepidation. The words on the page were written in an ancient script, telling a tale of unspeakable horror and anguish. Suddenly, a chill breeze swept through the room, extinguishing the candle's flame. Darkness enveloped me, a suffocating blackness that seemed to consume all light. Whispers grew louder, their voices filled with malice and torment. From the shadows emerged ghastly figures, their twisted forms half human, half monstrous. Their eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, burning with a hunger that sent terror coursing through my veins. They reached out, their skeletal fingers grazing my skin, leaving trails of icy dread in their wake. Fear surged within me, a primal instinct urging me to escape. I stumbled backward, my heart pounding in my chest. The spirits pursued, their grotesque forms closing in, their wails filling the air. Summoning every ounce of courage, I broke free from their grasp, sprinting through the haunted halls. The school seemed to twist and contort, its walls shifting and pulsating like a living nightmare. The anguished cries of the spirits pursued me, their ethereal presence clinging to my every step. Finally, I burst through the entrance, gasping for air as I left Jalan Ampas Secondary School behind. The weight of its darkness lifted from my shoulders, but the harrowing memories would forever haunt my psyche. Jalan Ampas Secondary School stood as a chilling testament to the horrors that can be found in the most unsuspecting places. Its haunted halls bore witness to the pain and suffering of souls trapped in eternal torment. To those who dare to enter, be warned, for the malevolent spirits that haunt this forsaken school hunger for your fear, ready to claim your soul in their never-ending nightmare.